Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's Senior Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders till I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to Rager, young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, sack him with Fletcher, lay him out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay him, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link like Gangsta Stride. To the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat, the man in motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Bird Gang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Bird Gang 31. Today, Nation, we have a very special guest in the house. It's Brett from Too Tall Sports Podcast in the building. How you doing today, Brett?
I'm doing great, man. That intro's got me hyped, man. I'm ready to go hit somebody or score a touchdown or something, dude. I'm flying right now with your Eagles. Let's go.
Right? You're like, yeah, we Eagles fan today.
That's great.
Well, that's good, Brett. Go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you and about your whole YouTube channel over there.
Yeah, so I've been doing a podcast about a year and a half, and I interview people every week. So I used to be a professional baseball player, so I played for 7 years in the minor leagues, and I interview people every week, whether it's former players, current players, coaches. I had former NFL coach Mike Martz on last week, so I got some big episodes in the log. Just go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, which is Too Tall Sports Podcast. You can check out my Instagram at Too Tall Sports Podcast, and I do lots of video content there where I'm talking about sports topics and the hottest stories in sports, and I give my takes on them. So, but yeah, Too Tall Sports Podcast everywhere you can find me.
Nice. And tell me, how do you like the podcasting as opposed to playing in the major leagues, my guy?
I wish I played in the major leagues. I played in the minor leagues for a little bit, but it's close. I enjoy it. It's nice to reconnect with old teammates and old coaches and stuff like that and get their journey because, the minor leagues is so mysterious and nobody really knows what it's like unless you went through it, living in these small towns and you just really it's not their fault. They just don't know what it's like. And so everybody just sees you when you get to the big leagues. Well, most guys don't make it, but there's some of the best baseball players ever. So it's just, I enjoy talking to people and getting their story and kind of giving my perspective also on the normal sports topics. Nice,
yeah. Man. So big NFL fan.
Yes.
How you like them Chargers this year?
Yeah, you know what? They started out really hot, right? And that division is actually pretty good. You got the Raiders and the whole Gruden situation, but they're 2-0 since then. And the Chiefs are struggling, but they're still the Chiefs. And Denver, they made some moves, obviously dumping Von Miller, but there's no easy outs in that division this year. So, Chargers, at 4-4, they're starting to slide a little bit. But I did go to the game against the Browns, which was like probably the best game of the year. It was like in the 40s. Like it was a crazy game. So I got to see him up close and personal this year at new SoFi Stadium, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. So it's a great place to play. It's just they don't draw like the Rams do there. So
right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I heard the Chargers fans aren't as tight anymore since they left San Diego.
There's a lot of people that are mad about that, right? So there you got the people that will never root for them again in San Diego. They didn't sell out down there either, so they got themselves to blame for that. But then you come to LA, you're kind of like the Clippers with the Lakers, your little brother, and it's a great. That's a good question. 6'7". That's why it's called Too Tall Sports Podcast.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. So I'm a big dude. When you're playing in SoFi, it's a great place for other teams to travel to, and have vacations. So you got a lot of people from Cleveland that haven't seen the sun in a while, wanted to come out to Southern California. It's a great place to come watch a game, brand new stadium. So it was 50% Browns fans when I went.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of transplants that moved to LA anyway. So there's a lot of non-Californians here anyway. So
yeah,
a lot of us, we didn't grow up with a team. So who do we root for while we're here? So now the Chargers are there. We'll see if they can build the fan base.
Nice, man. Nice, man. Well, what's your take on Justin Herbert? He's definitely had a couple struggling games the last couple of games here. Do you think it's, just a groove? He got to get back in the groove, or to have the coaching not been there? What do you think is Justin Herbert's struggles?
I think he's one of the most talented young quarterbacks in the league. I think he's got a hell of an arm. He runs the offense really well. You know what? I think sometimes you just get, not that he's gotten figured out, but when you play somebody like a Bill Belichick who's just scheming, it's just one of the best coach of all time is scheming against you. It's going to be hard to complete passes, and I don't think he had the best coaching last year with Anthony Lynn. He just kind of got held back. Like, for instance, Mike Williams was basically a non-factor last year in that offense. And now this year, Mike Williams is a dude. So I think it's just taking time. Brandon Staley's a young coach. I'm surprised honestly about the defense. Like, he had the Rams, as I know they have a lot of talent over there, but they were the number one defense last year. So I figured Brandon Staley taking over would and they got Derwin James healthy. I'm not sure why they're 4-4, but they're just, I think their rush defense is probably the problem. But back to your question about Herbert. Sorry, I got off track there, but
no worries.
I love the way he plays. I think he's going to be great for a long time. I don't know. They're just ups and downs of being a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, there is the up and downs. We got our quarterback over here that everybody wants to bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you seen some Jalen Hurts tape? And what is your opinion on Jalen?
Yeah, and I was looking up his numbers too. Like, he's only thrown 10 touchdowns. Like, I mean, granted, he only has 4 interceptions, but he's in the bottom half of the league, bottom third in passing yards, and bottom third in touchdowns thrown. I know he has 5 rushing touchdowns, which is nice, but like, if you're going to be a quarterback in this league, you got to be able to throw from the pocket and complete the ball down the field. I know they don't have. I know Devonta Smith is a nice player, and he might be really good in the future. He's small. They don't have like that go-to guy that is like, this is the dude we're going to go to. Then they trade Ertz away. I like Goddard, but I don't know. And Miles Sanders is hurt, so I'm giving you all the pieces around Hurts because there's just not a lot there on offense, right? Like, Boston Scott's nice, and they got some pieces, Gainwell, but like, they just don't have a consistent go-to playmaker.
Yeah, and then we shot ourselves in the foot a lot of those touchdowns. Jalen should be up to like, you say he has 10 on record, and he should be like 15, 16 touchdowns if he didn't take away all those touchdowns. That's another thing I think everybody, like, he threw them touchdowns. Not like he didn't throw those touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? So, but the team costed him those touchdowns. So his numbers don't look as good. He's top, 3 or top 2 in rushing for quarterbacks.
Right. But that's the thing. Does that always translate to?
You gotta utilize both sides.
Right. Does that translate to wins? Right. You could say the same thing about Lamar Jackson, but then that guy wins an MVP, and now he's figuring out the passing game even more than he used to. So, does Jalen Hurts running translate to W's? I don't know. At the end of the day, you have to be able to get the ball downfield.
Facts. But I think the way our coaching staff early in the season, especially by not running the ball. You talk about these guys that have the best passing in the league right now. Who's the best top quarterbacks passing. You look at all their offense, they run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what opens up the path. We were having games where we only gave the running back like 1 or 2 carries. You know what I'm saying? Like, throwing 40, 50 times. Now, that's never going to be Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't. It's never any good quarterback. If you think about it, I don't know a quarterback in the league right now that, throws 40, 50 times every game without running the ball. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen because it doesn't help your offense at all, establish, if you can't do a play action fake, but just no one thinks you're going to run it,
right?
Then, what I'm saying, it's going to be that much harder for you to complete that pass, right? So I think, Nick Sirianni came full force last week with that 40 Russians. You know what I'm saying? But to see how big of a difference it was. We won by like, I know it was the Lions, you know
Almost
what I'm
40.
saying? But 44 points on any team in NFL is a big feat, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
think it was like a 3-hour game too because we just ran the ball the whole time. So if he could take a balance of that and, like kind of like the Atlanta game, balance it out, you know what I'm saying? Let Jalen throw the ball maybe like 20 to 25 times a game. They have a stat out there right now when our offense rushed the ball for like one or fewer that drive, you know what I'm saying? Jalen's stats are terrible because you're forcing him just to be a passer. But when you look at the ones where we have 3 or more rushes in that drive, all his passing numbers go up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have to think every single time, who I got to throw the ball to. Sometimes he can relax, hand the ball off, do a little RPO thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a normal system. Guys are actually open. Even with our play action last week, Goddard caught a couple of good passes off the play action because people are open now because we were running the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think he needs to continue to establish that run game, and then we'll see a better Jalen Hurts in the second half of the season.
I think also if you're playing from behind, you have to throw a lot. So they can't rush the ball that much because they're always playing from behind. So when you get ahead of the Lions like that, then you can control the clock a little bit better. Want to answer that guy's question. I used to be a pitcher, so I used my height for something. There you go.
I was just going back up there to find out.
Yeah.
What was your fastest?
Fastest I ever to record I have is 95 miles per hour. So that's the hardest I ever threw. Yeah. Not all the time, but a couple times I hit that. So that was the hardest I ever threw.
Nice. You think it's the height, being able to break
it definitely helps, right?
There?
So yeah, if you got, you're on a mound too, so you got that downhill angle and I can reach a little bit farther than, your 5'10" little pitcher. So I think just having the length and also figuring out my mechanics and where I want to release the ball. Like there's a lot of things that I had to refine in my high school, college, and early years of the pros. So, but yeah, so being tall helps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think the Chargers can bounce back this week against the Eagles, or do you think it's going to be it can go either way?
Yeah, if I put like talent wise, just the names alone, you would think, and there's nothing against your Eagles, but you would think the Chargers have a better team than the Eagles do. I don't know. I feel like they have so much more talent. They just kind of underachieve a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like their defense, like they have Bosa. They, like I said, Asante Samuel Jr. They got Derwin James back. I would have thought this defense would be a lot better, honestly. And they're getting crushed in the run game. Like the game I went to against the Browns, like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt just ran all over those dudes. And I was just
those are bad boys, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And Cleveland's kind of the same boat, right? A lot of big names, a lot of talent, but they're still like an average team in the NFL. So it just shows you got to be real good on both sides of the ball. And I think the Chargers will get better as the season goes along. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think they'll win this weekend. I'll just say that.
And it's kind of like, do you think it's kind of like with our coach? It's a first-year coach, you know what I'm saying? Like
young coach, man.
Yeah, because like a lot of our games, I feel like our coach just got out-coached.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're going against the Belichicks, you're going against the Arians, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going against all these
Andy Reid.
Yeah, Andy Reid's, the dude from San Francisco, Shanahan's, you know what I'm saying? These guys been in the league coaching for a while. You know what I'm saying? And you're that rookie coach that they're waiting to pick on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you don't know everything like I do, so I'm going to do this and really throw you off. And I think
one thing, let me say, I love that Brandon Staley, he goes for it on fourth down a lot. And I love that philosophy. Like 4th and 2, even though it's in your own, in your own red zone, like the dude will go for it sometimes. And I'm like, I love that. But sometimes that can also hurt you as well because you're giving up points in easy field position. But at least for the game I went to and for what I've watched, Brandon Staley goes for it on 4th down, which I'm like, dude, you have so much talent on that team. Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, like get these dudes the ball. Like they will get open for you. So I love the aggressive play calling.
Yeah, man, he looks good over there. I know we were looking at him too in our coaching little staff and trying to find our new coaching head coach there. But, he chose the Chargers. No love lost, you know what I'm saying? We got Nick. And I think now that we done sprouted, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you heard that we had to fertilize the roots first, you know what I'm saying?
He's got some great analogies. I thought he was playing rock, paper, scissors with the dudes too. Like he's, it's a little out there.
Yeah, but we sprouted last week. So now, like I said, We need to keep on growing these branches, growing these flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that bush ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still think we're only one game outside of the wild
The
card.
division is so bad. Your division's awful, right? Like other than the Cowboys, very winnable. And by the way, I was looking at your schedule moving forward.
Yeah.
Other than the Cowboys and the Saints, easiest schedule in the league, probably, right?
Yes.
Giants twice, Washington football team twice. You got maybe the Jets sprinkled in there, like the easiest schedule moving forward.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that that was the beginning of a long little run here, man, to get us to where we need to be, and that's that playoff hop. Now, do I think we're world beaters? You know what I'm saying? Can we win the Super Bowl? And even if we did make the wild card, are we gonna go to the Super Bowl? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But if we can go to the playoffs, take advantage of this easy schedule, go to the playoffs, then that gives us promise for next year with the 3 first-round picks, with the extra cap money. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we're probably going to release some more veterans in the offseason.
Right.
And have that much more cap money. We'll be able to put a team, together that can be contending again for that championship. So that's what I'm really looking for this season.
I agree.
So what do you think are some keys to the game against the Chargers? Like, for you guys against us, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think the Chargers have to do to beat the Eagles?
Yeah, I think the run defense, obviously they have to control Jalen Hurts. Like, they cannot let him get loose. They have to make him a pocket passer. Like, that's just the only way. He's saying the Cowboys have the easiest schedule. Do they? Well, okay. Well, they're all playing the same teams,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, because at the end of the season, we're all just playing each other back.
You got to play with Washington and you got to play the Giants twice each, and they're both not good. So it's like you're going to get the same. Yeah, but I agree with you. Yeah, if you look at it that way, if you count the Eagles as not a great team, Cowboys, yeah, sure.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, keys to the game. I mean, defensively, the Chargers have been bad against the run. They can't let Jalen Hurts go wild against them. And Herbert's just got to get back on track and just make better throws. And Eckler is kind of the X factor, right? He does it all, running and throwing. They don't run. Actually, they really don't run the ball that well. It's Eckler in the screen game that is really good. Mm-hmm. But they don't run. I think that's an issue. They don't run the ball truly that well. Mm-hmm. So if they can get the run going and stop the other run, then they should be all right.
That'd be all right there. Yeah, because we don't have the big Miles Sanders in the game. I bet you sat home like, man, as soon as I get hurt, you guys just want to run that rock now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not there. But, Boston Scott, Gainwell, and Howard should be a good 3-headed monster. You
got good players. It's just they need to get them in the mode of consistent running game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, like, we got Goddard. Like you said, Goddard's looking pretty good there. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice last 2 weeks at least. You know what I'm saying? Have some nice big catches for us. And I want to see more from our receivers because I think Devontae Smith only had 1 catch for 15 yards last week. That got to change. And we need to get the ball to Quez Watkins. That's another one that got to change. Like, I feel like he should be getting targeted like a starting receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like we target him enough. He has too much speed. He runs good routes. And if you watch the game tape, he's open a lot of the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just he's that second, third progression read to the point where Jalen's not even getting the time to make it that far most of the time. So he's just running.
But do you think Jalen's leaving the pocket too early? Like a lot of these running quarterbacks too? Like first progression, no, and then he's gone. You know what I mean? Like that also could be an issue too.
Well, the way I explain it is like this. If everybody knows we should have ran the ball, like even the whole stadium, if you watch the Eagle game, you hear the chants, run the ball, because we weren't running the ball besides the last 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? If you know that part of it, then you got to look at it like this. We were running the RPO. Without the R, it's just a PO, pass option. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole scheme of that thing is running the ball first to set up the pass, right? And if you don't have your linebacker sucking in on those plays, those windows are even smaller. And then you look at, we lost Pro Bowler Brandon Brooks for the year. You know what I'm saying? Sayamala, who was a good guard for us, done for the year. You know what I'm saying? We're putting rookies and, backup players in those spots. So by the time Jalen made it past that play action, you know what I'm saying? The average quarterback, 2-3 seconds maybe, throw the ball. That's a second and a half easily. So now he's running for his life because, somebody done gave up leverage and now there's some guy flying after him. Now he's running out there. You're only going to really make it to the first, second read, you know what I'm saying? Or he's just going to run because that's what he's naturally used to doing. That's why he has so many rushing yards. So I look at that like more of the coach's fault as opposed to Jalen's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like if we just ran the ball, you seen what happened when we ran the ball. Things start to open up. People start to be open more often. Jalen doesn't seem so sporadic, even though he only threw the ball 14 times. But those 14 times he looked comfortable and he started hitting targets because now, when you got to respect that run game, now those linebackers are creeping up, trying to stop it. Now, you got the safeties worried about it where the receivers were getting open. You seen Quest hit a nice, I think it was 16 to 20-yard pass over the middle, you know what I'm saying? Like opened it up for him. So that's what we need to do, and that's what we need to stick to. Run the ball at least 25 times a game. Like Jalen Hurts only needs to pass the ball at 20 times, 25 times a game.
And don't you think the coaches need to make some easier throws for him too? Like make it easier on him for the offensive coordinator and Sirianni. Like you got a young quarterback in there. He hasn't had that many starts. Make some easier throws for him.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. That's what it is, though,
Yeah.
and that's where it starts is by running the ball because that opens up those ones. Like I don't even think his plays are garbage. Like I actually like a lot of the plays that he's calling. They're just not working because you're not doing the R part. You got to do the R part, and don't make it be so complicated where he has to think. You know what I'm saying? You got this guy that's only been playing 11 NFL games. You know what I'm saying? You're making them think every single play. Should I keep it? Should I give it to him? I need to make the play. No, he should make the play. Maybe I need to make the play.
Right.
Oh, maybe I should just pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got all this stuff. You know how many illegal procedures we had? The first couple of games, you know what I'm saying? Kept coming up, popping up back and forth. And the linemen don't even know what's going on. Are we running the ball? Are we passing it? Like they're getting called illegal procedures like every single game back to back, and everybody's like, what's going on? You should know your job. But it's like when you keep it, you got all these young players on offense, you know what I'm saying? The line was young, our quarterback's young, our play callers young, all this young stuff is going to give you a lot of messed up plays, you know what I'm saying? Like if you kept it single, okay, we're going to run the ball this play, hand it off, boom, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's easy enough. You know what I'm saying? That's simple and easy. These linemen are moving forward. They're not worried about trying to act like they're passing first or, any of that. But they're just going. You know what I'm saying? We got these big mammoth linemen. You know what I'm saying? Mailata 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Lane Johnson's a big guy. Landon Dickerson's huge from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are giant men. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to be backpedaling. They need to be going forward. You know what I'm saying? And I think that helps with our offensive line injuries that we have. That's why Brandon Brooks is out. That's why I say all of these boys are out because we're doing too much passing. You can't be passing the ball. They can't be backpedaling, 40 plays a game. Like, that's stupid. You're not playing to their strengths. If you want to be the coach, you want to play to their strengths, then you run the ball. And everybody knows, young quarterback, tight end's your best friend. Running the ball is your best friend. Controlling the clock. You know what I'm saying? That's how you win in games with a young quarterback. What I'm saying? You look at any quarterback that's ever played in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts 7th overall in stats for one. You know what I'm saying? And he got a lot of improvement to do. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot. But
you know what? He's randomly good in fantasy wise, but quarterback wise, he's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but he's made those passes that you're like, whoa, wow. You know what I'm saying? That was a dime. You know what I'm saying? He's hit tight windows when he had the time. He's done the things he's need to do to show you that the potential's there. You know what I'm saying? You're not like a backup Heisman Trophy winner for nothing. But I always say just take the first 11 games of every quarterback in history. You can go all the way back. Take that first 11 games and tell me which one of those guys showed you that they were just elite quarterback? None of them. Peyton Manning sucked his first year, 16-16. Tom Brady didn't even start being good in terms of his being a quarterback that we call the GOAT now to like year 3, year 4. You know what I'm saying? He was a game manager those first 2-3 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? He was handing the ball off to Corey Dillon. That defense was there. You know what I'm saying? He made reliable passes when he needed to, but he wasn't the GOAT that's okay now where, he's developed, you know what I'm saying? He's seen it all, you know what I'm saying? So now he's sitting back there just picking people apart. Boom, boom, boom. Like you even mentioned, Lamar Jackson won an MVP without even throwing, but to just his tight end and running back. That's all he threw to. Like Lamar didn't throw the receivers that year. You know what I'm saying? That was just his tight end, dump off just running back or dump off the Andrews over there. You know what I'm saying? And if those two options weren't open, Lamar took off. Boom, see you later. Now he don't have Lamar's speed. You know what I'm saying? So but even when you run the ball like that, it's not the RPO. Like Lamar Jackson wasn't doing a bunch of RPOs. Those were designed quarterback runs where he had the line blocking for him. He had both
Yeah,
running backs blocking for him. He had both receivers blocking for him, tight ends. That's a full offense blocking for this guy to go do his thing. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
If you set up some run play, Jalen Hurts is running for his life half the time when he's making these plays. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He's
there's
just
only
taking
one
out.
Lamar. There's only
I mean,
one Lamar, dude. Not everybody has that kind of
yeah,
like
and
world
he
class
definitely don't
speed. You
got that
know,
Lamar
like
speed. He's
nah.
fast enough, but he
Yeah,
don't got that Lamar speed either. So that's
yeah.
not, that's not one of his strengths. But like I said, you keep it balanced for Jalen Hurts. And I think the crowd and the fans will definitely see a different Jalen Hurts moving forward. You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I was
saying?
gonna say? I looked at you guys' numbers or stats and stuff like that. You guys haven't won a home game yet. How's
Yeah.
that possible in Philly that you're 0-3 at home?
Man, tell me about it. That's
That is a tough
that's what we
crowd,
trying to.
dude.
Us as Eagles fans are still trying to figure that out. Like, how haven't we won at home? You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it, like I said, if you look at the beginning of the season, we were playing that garbage ball, like on defense, vanilla
Right.
defense, shell defense that JG thought was going to work, but
Yeah.
he didn't have the players to, really perfect that defense. So now you see him change it up the last couple of weeks. Now we're blitzing, now we're playing some man. And look at our defense. We're creating turnovers and getting sacks. You know what I'm saying? When you play a normal Philly, we like to beat up on people. So we need to be blitzing. We need to be bringing that pressure. Yes, it's going to cause some big plays somewhere down the line. Whatever. We don't care. We live with that. But, the sacks, the turnovers and things like that, the 3 and outs that we're getting from this blitzing, because those are the players we got. We got aggressive players, you know what I'm saying? You got to be aggressive all the time because you
Yeah.
don't have these guys that are more finesse players. These guys all want to go hit somebody, and hit them fast, hit them hard. You know what I'm saying? A lot of missed tackles that we were having was because they're trying too hard to hit people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then let's doop, off, keep going, see you later. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to play you got to do what you said you're going to do in the beginning of the offseason. That's play to these players' strengths. As long as you do that, then I feel like this team will definitely do good. Like we said, the schedule is going to help us look better. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help
Yeah.
you gain that confidence that you need. Like, this game is really the biggest game left until Dallas. You know what I'm saying? This game this week, because the Chargers are a good football team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They do have talent. So if we can show that we've matured enough these first 8 games to go out and beat a team like the Chargers, now you done had your blowout win to kind of get everybody juiced up again. Now you come beat a good team right after. Now everybody's like, we that dude. You know what I'm saying? We that team. And I feel that the rest of the schedule is just going to be too easy to the point where we can really go on a nice little run here. And then confidence, any given Sunday, man, you go into that season, say we win, the next 7 or 8 games, you know what I'm saying? Get that wild card spot. Now we're in the playoffs hot, man. We'll be able to beat anybody. Now you don't gain too much confidence, you know what I'm saying? You gain too much of that energy, that positive energy
Right.
for the team, the locker room, you know what I'm saying? To the point where you can beat anybody, you know what I'm saying? I always seen this season like, remember how when the Giants won that first Super Bowl, right? They were that team. They had a good record. They won the Super Bowl. We were that team. We had a good record. We won the Super Bowl, right? But then 2 years circle back around when they beat the Patriots second time. No one expected the Giants to even go to that playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They had a suspect, definitely a bad start to that season. You know what I'm saying? Where they're like, whoa, the Giants shouldn't be doing nothing. That's, oh, the Giants made the playoffs. Oh, wow, they beat an undefeated Patriots team, you know what I'm saying, in the Super Bowl again, I feel like that's kind of like the flow of this year for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're going to win a Super Bowl. I'm not throwing that far out. I'm just saying the whole way the season setting up. Everybody knew those first 6 games were the hardest games of the season. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know that, then you don't watch football. You know what I'm saying? Look at the teams we played. They're all like playoff caliber teams. You know what I'm saying? And I want us to go 3-3. I was like, as long as we make it 3-3 out of that stretch, you know what I'm saying, we should be pretty good the rest of the season. We went 2-4. Okay, it's not perfect, but to see that most of those games out of that 3-3, we should have won. We shot ourselves in the foot. It wasn't like the other team just beat us. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those games, we could have won those games. If you look at the Chiefs game, you know what I'm saying? Run the ball so you keep, Mahomes off the field so much, you know what I'm saying? We were right there close at halftime. They opened up after because guess what? They were running all over our defense. Our defense got gas. A lot of those wins that the other team got on us is because our defense got gas by the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold up that long. No one. You shouldn't expect your defense to. You know what I'm saying? If you keep going 3 and out, 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 man, your defense is going to be like, man, No matter what we do, whether we intercept the ball, create a turnover, get a 3 and out ourselves, we're back on the field 3 plays later. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's demoralizing for a defense. And like the first half, did it good. That second half of those games, that's when teams kind of pulled away from us and kind of did their thing, against us. So it's just like, coaching is what it came down to. You got young players, young coaches. We're starting to, like I said, we sprouted. So like I said, we keep building off that. Starting this week with the Chargers, I feel like, this Eagles team could be something to mess with by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I at 3-5, you guys, if you go on a nice little run here, like let's say you win like 4 out of the next 5, then you got a chance here. I mean, the Saints game's not going to be an easy one, and the Dallas game. But
they don't even have a quarterback over there.
Right, that's true. I know, but Sean Payton's a great coach, right? And that defense plays well.
We beat the Saints when they were the #1 team. Jalen beat them his first game last year, so it's like, I still feel like we got them Saints. I ain't worried about the Saints.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll have to see.
But you guys, it's just like for you guys, it's a lot harder because you guys are in the AFC. Now, there's a lot of stacked teams over there. Now, to make that road to the playoff over there now, that's going to be a harder road to get to. Now you got Kansas City starting to wake up and play some Kansas City football later in the season. Like, everybody expected them to be like 6-0 by now, but they were struggling. They're 3-5, right?
I think Kansas City is 3-4. Yeah, or
they're 3-5 too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they started out slow, but now that last win against the Giants, they barely beat the Giants, but you kind of see them starting to go on their run now. They're getting it back together now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to worry about that. You got a lot of other good teams on our side. Now you got the division leaders. The Dallas. Arizona, Packers.
Tampa. Tampa.
And Tampa, right. And then after that, it's gonna dropping off to a lot of 4-4, 3-5 type teams.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So we're only like 1 game out, and we just add in the whole schedule, the softness of schedule with that, that gives us a really good shot that, like you said, we make this nice little run 4-5 over the next little stretch. It's gonna be hard to stop the momentum. Because that's where it's about. It's not about your momentum in the first 5 weeks. Everybody know the Cowboys. Usually, this is the time of the season where they start going,
right.
What can't go wrong in Dallas goes wrong in November and December, my guy. And I hear all these Cowboy content creators. I'm like, why are you guys happy? You guys are doing what you do every single year. And that's look good from the jump, have the nice fancy stadium, the nice roster. But whenever it gets to that November, December, let's see if that part. Now, you guys could win these games coming up. Now that you have to be doing something you haven't did in a long time.
Right.
So that'd be a little bit more impressive. But the fact that you got a 5-1 or 5-2, something like that, that's not too impressive because I've seen it before. You know what I'm saying? But we also see you collapse. Some teams always start out hot and cold, or they start out cold and hot, and I'm hoping that this Eagles team is that team that ends hot this year.
Right.
Let's see. Do we got any questions in here? He said, do we go with this one all right? 3 keys to victories for the Eagles?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think I gave you most of them. I guess key for the Eagles would be the opposite. Get Jalen Hurts doing what he does. Let him run a little bit, and I think just make easier throws for him. The Chargers have dudes on the outside, like I mentioned, Derwin James and Asante Samuel Jr. Do I have a score prediction? I'm going to go. Of course, I'll pick the Chargers on this, but I'm going to go Chargers 27, Eagles 23. That would be my prediction. I think it'll be close because again, the Chargers they don't put people away really. Like I think it'll be close, and it could be vice versa. You guys could win too. So
that's one of those games,
Yeah.
Like to be honest, when I first started this season, I had this as an L. You know what I'm saying? But since we sprouted, I'm going for the Eagles this week.
Oh man, you gotta love the confidence after a win against the Lions, man. That's pretty funny.
But it wasn't just because it was the Lions. It's just how we won against.
Right,
them.
Sure, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like 44 points. That's a lot.
It is a lot of points, and they're still an NFL team, and they get paid to play too. So
and then you watch the Lions the week before they went against the Rams, who everybody thinks is the best, and they took them to the wire. So they fought a lot of games. Now, to be honest, the beginning of the Lions, I was like really questioning where we're going to really beat them. I was like, are we going to beat these guys? So they're 0-7, but
they play hard every game.
Played some hard games, and to be the first team to actually boom put our our foot on their necks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yes, you guys are 0-7, and
Yeah.
we are a legit team. Thank you. You know, that kind of made me feel a lot better. But
Yeah.
like I said, like it could go either way. You're right.
Yeah.
But my score prediction was I changed it probably 3 times this week. It depends what day you get me on right now. And I normally don't do that. I usually keep one out. But like I'm gonna have to go 31-21 Eagles. You know,
Okay.
I think we're gonna get that little edge. I think we're gonna ride that momentum. You know, we scored 44 points. Let's drop it down a little bit because we're not gonna score that many points
Yeah.
against the Chargers. But that run game is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we're gonna attack that the left tackle, because I know you guys got a good right tackle, or is it the opposite? You guys got a good
Slater.
left
Yeah.
tackle. Slater's on the right side.
I think so.
Yeah. So your left
Yeah.
tackle, I heard he's trash. So we need to attack that side of the ball, get in
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's face. And like we said, we got 2 Pro Bowl defensive tackles there. Fletcher Cox and, Hargrave playing some of the best football he's ever played in his life. You know what I'm saying? I think he's 1 sack away from, being higher than he's ever had his whole career. You know what I'm saying? And we're only in week 8. So if he can continue his trend, Fletcher Cox only has a couple of sacks, so if he can start picking those sacks up, which we've been asking Fletcher to do for a while now, you know what I'm saying? You make too much money, I need some more sacks, ever since that came out, and hopefully JG's used them in a way that is more productive for him.
Right.
I think he can do that, and I think our defense lines are monsters, Josh Sweat last week had 2 sacks, you know what I'm saying? I think he's up to like 4 this year. Barnett got another sack last week. I think he's like 1 or 2. But he's overpaid too. But hopefully he can continue his trend of being a good left end in the absence of Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham was a bigger loss than everybody think. You know what I'm saying? Like that was an emotional leader, and he actually produced pretty good. Last year I think he was his first Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting those sack numbers up there. And he's getting better the older he gets, which is weird. Usually players hit a certain age and start declining. But BG kept going, so it's really sad we lost him. But these young players, time for you guys to step up. Because this Eagles team, a lot of our star players probably won't be here next year. Everybody keep talking about, next year. I'm like, this is the year it has to happen for these guys. And I think they know that too. You know what I'm saying? You already seen Ertz leave. Now he's over there in Arizona playing some great football. You know what I'm saying? Like he's looking like the rookie Ertz or like the second year Ertz over there, making plays for the Cardinals. And much love to you, Zach. I'm not a hater, but it's Goddard time. It's time for him to shine. And I want to see this young guy, Tyreek Jackson, finally get into the fold. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played yet. He looked really good in the offseason. So I'm hoping that translates to some good football here. And he's another big guy. He's like, what? So I think they say he's like 6'6" or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he runs like a 4.3 40. He's like 250-pound tight end that catches everything, was a quarterback, So, and no one's seen him all season long, so he's still that mystery, you know what I'm saying? Because he got hurt in the preseason, broke his back, a bone in his back or whatever. But he's been practicing lately, and I think he's going to be on the active roster this week. So this might be the debut of Tyreek Jackson, You never know. Hopefully so, because I'm like, you guys let go of Zach Ertz. Let's see that guy that you guys told us about was really good. We've seen a couple clips about. We were excited to see him. So hopefully he does come out this week and he actually shows. Because then, you pair him up with Goddard. You know what I'm saying? You don't lose your 1-2 punch at tight end anymore. Now you have a second punch that, that help out. To me, that'll make it seem more like the Gronk and Hernandez type matchup the Patriots had back then. And you see the Patriots trying to do that, recap that with Judo over there and Henry. Those 2 guys over there, you know what I'm saying? And Henry was a Charger. You know what I'm saying? Did you like Henry?
Antonio Gates for a little bit.
Yeah. Did you like Henry?
Yeah. He's a good player, man. He's hurt all the time. It's, with a lot of these guys. It's just like Miles Sanders. It's just these dudes. Some of them just cannot stay healthy. So it was a struggle. He's a great player, but I wish he was. There you go. He says we will win this game. All right. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Jinx he's like, hey, Jinx, tell him. Me and James, we believe 12-5 and 2 proven otherwise. That's how we roll.
12-5. You already got 5 losses.
Yeah, I know. That's what we mean.
So you're going to win the rest?
We started out the season 16-0 until proven otherwise. So every week we continue it on. You know what I'm saying? We lose, we just keep it going. We're not losing no more. We're going to keep going.
I love the confidence. Yeah.
You guys helped me get to 300 subscribers. Thank you. Yeah, much love. Congratulations on the big 300, my guy. Let's see what else we got in here. Random rumors about Russell Wilson. I don't want Russ, man. It's going to cost too much. I know he's a great talent. It's going to cost too much in terms of picks and money. So I think
Yeah,
we need
and
to
you guys don't
all.
have the talent anyway right now for him.
Huh?
I don't think you guys have the talent anyway right now
And
for
then,
him.
especially like if we got him next year, like a lot of talent, the veteran talent, like I said, they're going to be
Right.
gone.
He doesn't want to go to a rebuild. He wants to be in a contender right now.
Facts. I seen another question up here. Yeah, but Lamar Jackson has a Hall of Fame coach.
That is true. That is true.
Okay, there's a question.
It is.
There it is.
I only have two that are really like sticking out to me. I mean, obviously Asante Samuel Jr., dude, he's just like his dad. He's a stud. And then Rashawn Slater, the tackle that they got early, he's good. He's really good. So if they can keep, it's more. I think it's nice to have good corners and stuff like that. But when you like protecting Herbert is more important than having a great cornerback. So they can fix the offensive line. Like I said, they're not a good. They're like bottom half, bottom third in rushing the ball. Like they don't run well. Even with Eckler, as great as he is, they don't have a consistent run game. I know it's weird. I was trying to look up their numbers on rushing. They're not like they don't run well. So I don't know. It's weird.
Did Lions play the Ravens better than the Bolts? Ooh. Yeah. No.
But you got to remember, there's a lot of like that's a letdown game for some teams. You know what I mean? Like when you play an 0-7 or 0 and whatever, like you have a letdown game.
It's so funny. Greg is here. That's like. Was that the only game you said you went to? Was the Browns game this year?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
I also went to the Rams Cardinals game, same at SoFi. That was awesome too. That was the Rams' only loss was to the Cardinals at home.
Yeah.
So Cardinals are for real.
Do you think they're the best team in football right now?
I mean, damn, Rodgers went in there and beat them without any of his receivers. So, with Rodgers non-COVID, if he's healthy, and their defense, Green Bay's got the defense this year. So I think obviously Tampa's still great. So yeah, I think the winner of the Super Bowl is going to be an NFC team. I don't see an AFC team winning the Super Bowl.
None of them.
Like I don't know. Like who are you gonna put up there? Baltimore, the Raiders.
I was gonna say the Titans, but they just lost
the Titans. I think the AFC is much weaker than the NFC.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, the Bills. Okay, the Bills would be the only shot. I mean, if it was Bills and Tampa, that'd be a good Super Bowl. Bills and Packers or Bills and Cowboys.
I was gonna say the Titans if they definitely didn't lose Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry just hurt my heart because he was my first pick in like 3 of my drafts.
Yeah,
my best player. And now I have to find some running backs this late in the season, and there's definitely not any good ones out there. So if anybody want to trade me a running back, if you're watching, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? You already said it was going to be 24.
I thought 27-23.
27-23.
Yeah.
So, do you think if the Chargers lose this game against the Eagles, they're dead in the water? Or because we still have 8 more games after that?
Yeah, they still have enough, and they've already had their bye. I think that's another reason they'll come out better is they've had their bye now. So I think they've had some more, even though they lost last week, but more practice time. I think one of the Chargers going back to San Diego, they should.
San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm looking at the Chargers schedule right now. So let's just say they lose. They got the Vikings next, then the Steelers, then Broncos, Bengals, Giants, Chiefs, Texans, Broncos, Raiders. It's not that easy of a schedule. Like the Vikings are not an easy out. Steelers are tough. Bengals are good. And the Chiefs might be right by then. Like it's not going to be an easy road the rest of the way. So, do I really believe in any AFC team? I don't.
I think the Raiders are going to be without the Ruggs.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
How do I think they'll be? Honestly, they don't use him that much. Like he's a nice deep threat to have, but it's the Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs show there. It's really not Henry Ruggs.
But Ruggs pull covers too.
Right.
So he might not get the ball.
Yeah.
But just his whole of him being on there, like safeties have to account for that. I don't think they got another Ruggs on their team.
And they throw the little Hunter Renfrow, the little possession guy all the time, dude.
Third and Renfro's what they call him, I heard.
What's it? What is
Third
it?
and Renfro.
Third and Renfro. Wow. Okay. Yeah. He's reliable, man. He's like a Wes Welker or, like Amendola, one of those Julian Edelman dudes. Yeah.
He said,
Donald Parham. Yeah, he is good. 6'8". Yeah. I agree. That guy is good.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. Yeah.
That's one thing I do worry about the receivers over there. All those guys are tall.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? They're like all beanstalks. I forgot what game it was. Oh, man. Who'd you guys play early? Like, I think it was like week 3. But I remember watching the highlights of the game, and all Herbert was doing was throwing high balls. And they were just like all like this. Boom. And it wasn't that the corners were even in bad position.
No,
it was the fact that those guys were so tall that they were just boop, boop, boop.
But see, that's another thing, though. It's such a difference now without Rivers. Like having a guy like Herbert with a real arm, like Rivers was like barely pushing it there, right? Like Herbert's a different quarterback. Like this dude's the real deal.
Is that prior to the season, what was your season prediction for the Chargers?
It's a good,
and have that
question.
changed at all?
Yeah, I really thought they'd be much better this year. I'm thinking with 17 games, I was thinking like 10-7, 11-6, something like that. I didn't see Kansas City being this bad either. So I wouldn't have thought that. But I would say to be safe, 10-7.
10-7.
Yeah.
Before the season with the Eagles, I was more like 13-4, 12-5.
You got to be more realistic, dude.
They punked me up, man. Those coaches had me believing in magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Rookie head coach.
I was sold on what they were talking about. And then the talent, like I said, the young talent that we have, like, you name another receiving coordinator that's fast. You know what I'm saying? All those guys are 4.3 40 receivers.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have Zach Ertz and Goddard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had our starting line, even though 2 of them were out. Like, when they were all healthy, you see that. You're like, oh, wow. This offense is about to go wreck shop on the league. You know what I'm saying? Your line started getting hurt. Your coach don't know how to call run plays. Then you got some guys hurt. Now you look at, okay, now we're just need to get it together. But it had me hyped up. Now I still think, though, we can hit that 10-7. I still think that's a possibility. If we go on this run right now with these teams we have, I still feel like 2 more losses, even if this is one of them, and then maybe say, no,
maybe the Saints. Just going back to your schedule, what I saw for you guys was Saints and Cowboys. Like other than that, you should win every game.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about it too. So it's like those are 2 games.
You got the Jets coming up too. Like the Broncos, beatable. Everybody's beatable.
Yes, the Giants twice.
Yeah, Washington's on the downslide. Even though Washington's got some dude, I can't figure out Washington. I don't know why they're bad. I know Heineke's a little reckless, but like they got dudes on both sides of the ball. I don't know why they're bad.
Yeah,
over for the Chargers.
Because I don't know. Like I'm not sold on their offense. Like
for Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like when Fitzpatrick was healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't sold on Fitzmagic being able to play a whole season to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 games here and there. Yes, Fitzmagic's good for that. That's why they call him Fitzmagic.
Right.
But the whole season, come on now, my guy. Franchise quarterback. You don't go pick up Fitzmagic in the offseason. You pick him up after the season started just to have a good backup.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then who else we were missing? Heineke.
Yeah.
He's young. I did watch some of his throws.
He's actually not bad.
He's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's not like Danny Foostamps in New York. Like Danny Foostamps in New York, this guy is not an NFL quarterback. The only thing, like, you got to talk about a guy that can run. Like, I will give him that. That boy be running. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, in terms of quarterback, it's not scaring me at all. Heineken scares me a little bit more than Danny Foostamps.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
No, and they got McLaurin.
But disrespect.
They got Gibson. They got McLaurin. They're good, man. McKissick, I think they got talent on offense.
Yeah. And I know they were missing Curtis Samuel for a while. I think he just got back or something like that too. And Scary Terry's a good receiver.
Yeah,
and that's why I give it. Gibson's good. Scary Terry's good.
Mm-hmm.
They still got Logan Thomas.
Yeah, but he's hurt, I think.
Oh well,
when
he's healthy, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
like those 3 right there on offense. You know what I'm saying? But see, everybody put so much stock into Washington because of that front 4. You know what I'm saying? They keep going, it's the rest of the defense. No, it's just those front four. And those guys are not as good. Well, I can't say they're not as good because they're all good, but
Right.
they're not like world beaters where, like, if we got a good offensive line, they can take those guys. You know what I'm saying? We did last year in week 17 when we had
Yeah.
backups in. The whole line was backups except for Jason Kelsey. And we took it to him. We could have won that game. The coaching
Yeah.
staff pulled Hurts. And you know what that happened? You know what I'm saying? Tanking for Devontae Smith
Yeah.
started to come into full effect. But, we won't go there.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are just conspiracies. But, I'm just saying, like, when I seen that, because I thought that was the game that they would have showed you how awesome they were. Because they would have
Right.
totally just destroyed us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that D-line. But then even if you watch them this year, they're not really, like, how many sacks Jamar Chase got? You know what I'm saying? Like, when do you ever look at highlights and be like, oh, Jamar Chase is tearing up the league? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's supposed to be this generational talent.
Oh, you're talking about Chase Young.
Oh, Chase Young.
Yeah.
Chase
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would think with Ron Rivera there, who's supposed to be a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chase Young, I think he has like 4 sacks or something like that. 2 to 4 sacks. He's not doing that great. You know what I'm saying? To be this guy that's, the generational talent that everybody's gonna wreak. He's gonna wreak havoc on everybody.
Right.
Like I'm not even that sold on him. Those 2 Alabama boys in the middle, they're from Alabama. They do their job well. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. These guys are getting sacks or just clogging up holes. But they're beatable.
Yeah.
They keep losing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very beatable. So
for sure.
like you said, that's 4 games right there. So it's like 4 give-me's right there.
And the Jets, that's 5.
That's 5. Because then they lose their quarterback for the rest of the season, right?
Right. Who's actually, and Mike White's playing not tonight, but he's playing better, obviously, last game than Zach Wilson is.
Is he done for the season, Zach?
I don't think he's done for the season.
Oh.
I think he's
but
just
even
down
though,
right
who
now.
cares? Even if he's not done for the season, even if he came back, whatever, it's still Zach real.
Then you got the other 3. You got the Broncos and you got the
Broncos just lost
Cowboys.
Von Miller.
Yeah, right.
Which is very huge. I don't know.
You
if
should
they know
beat
that.
the Broncos. Like I said from the beginning, the Saints and the Cowboys are your only 2 tough games.
Yeah, so I'm not really worried too much about it. Like I said, what I'm saying, like, I'm glad that we went through our lumps early and we're starting to look like we're learning from it. So now moving forward, we can go ahead and do it. Like I said, it starts with this week, though. You know what I'm saying? We have to be the good team to really put that into fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we go to lose another home game for one, you know what I'm saying? Go 0-4 at home.
Yeah,
that's not
bad.
good at all. And then to top it all off, not only losing another home game, if you guys smash us, you know what I'm saying? Like, say the score is like, 37-15 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Then all that energy that you build up from that,
it was all because you played the Lions.
And now you're looking at teams like the Saints and the freaking Denver Broncos that can come in and sneak a win on us. You know what I'm saying? Then our season will be over. But then only price side about that is then you get 3 top 10 picks instead of just 2.
You got some draft picks coming up, so it's still a rebuilding team, even though you guys are you're trying to win right now. Retooling. Okay, that's however you want to characterize it. No, that's all good. Well, we'll see you this weekend, man.
We definitely will, man.
Yeah.
Give me some names. You know what I'm saying? I used to do an all-time team, but give me some names of some Charger players. You know what I'm saying? That really.
If some of your listeners are old enough to remember some of these names, but I didn't go back too far.
I went right here. Every player on every team, guaranteed. Whenever I do my all-time list, Grant gives you every player, every position.
I went back to the Chargers all-time players just to get a refresher on this, but some of the names I remember watching. So Darren Sproles, the X Factor, right? Kind of a do-it-all. He's like an Eckler modern day kind of guy. Lorenzo Neal, the fullback.
Oh, we know Darren Sproles over here.
Oh yeah, Sproles. That's right. You guys had him. Eric Weddle, the safety. Of course, Rivers, we talked about. Stan Humphries was the quarterback, got into a Super Bowl in the 90s.
People don't give Humphries that much love, man.
Well, because he's the only quarterback to get the Chargers to the Super Bowl.
Right?
Yeah.
And whenever I do this list with the rest of the guys, man, they don't even be picking Humphries.
They talk like Dan Fouts and Rivers and Drew Brees. Yeah.
Rivers.
Stan Humphries
you got to put on the list. Like, I can't hate on that.
On who?
Yeah. But you got to give that dude Humphries some love, man. Another guy they don't give love to? Running backs. Who do you got for running backs?
If you remember Natron Means, you remember that name?
See, that was the guy I was looking for there. Not one person in their list said nothing about Natron.
Because he's not on the all-time list. He's not on the all-time list, but he's definitely a memorable Charger for sure.
You don't think he's all-time?
He was on the list that I looked on, but he could be for sure. I don't know. I had to look up his numbers, but he's not better than LaDainian Tomlinson, obviously. So LT's for sure on there. Antonio Gates, Rodney Harrison before he went to the Patriots. He was with the Chargers for a long time. Quentin Jammer, remember him? The
Jammer
DB?
was a beast.
Yeah. Antonio Gates, of course. And I have Junior Seau, of course, 12 straight Pro Bowls.
One of the best linebackers ever to play the game, man. Sad story with Junior, man. Yeah. That was a good one, though, man. That's a good list. That's a good list.
Those are just some of the guys I remember watching that.
Do you remember Antonio Cromartie?
Oh, Cromartie. Yeah. He had a nice career, too. Yeah, he was a good player.
And then you said Weddle, right?
Yeah, Weddle, I said. Rodney Harrison.
That's another
Sean
good one.
Phillips was the linebacker. Yeah.
O'Neal for fullback.
Yes. Lorenzo Neal. Yeah.
I got him on there. Yeah, he was another great one. Did you like Melvin Gordon? Because a lot of content creators have no love.
I mean, again, nice player, but it just seems like the Chargers always get that same kind of running back, like that good in the pass game, can run a little bit. He just wasn't there long enough, but he's a good player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's another good one.
Who did he say? Oh, yeah. Kellen Winslow Sr. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was
How
great.
about them Cowboys? I got my Cowboy content creators in the house.
That's funny that you got Cowboy
fans in the house. You know what I'm saying? They're always showing love, man. I got love from all these guys. But, your Cowboys, like I told you guys, if you guys listen to the show, you guys do great the first 7 games, 8 games. Let's see if you guys can keep that going throughout the duration of November and December. That's when you start getting my love, and that's when you start getting my respect.
Right. Granddad's got some other good names on there. I remember some of the Lance Allworth I never got to watch, but Vincent Jackson was a great receiver. He's kind of like a Keenan Allen. Malcolm Floyd was okay. Kasim Osgood, I remember him. Yep.
What about for linemen? Nick Harwood.
A lot
was
of
really
them,
good.
man. Yeah. Obviously I was barely alive in the 80s, so
because I'm barely alive.
I was 87, so I was bored, so I didn't watch anybody in the 80s.
You was?
Yeah. So I'm 34. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like a dinosaur. I'm 81, so.
Okay. All right. You're not that much. 6 years older, man. Not that much older.
He's at Thursday Night Football Colts over Jets, 42-10. That makes us happy. I'm not happy that the Colts won. I won't say that because now you're playing with my draft picks. I'm not trying to get some low draft picks there, but it also helps Carson continue to stay on the field. So I guess you gotta weigh your odds.
Yeah, I think they're still only 4-5 though. The Colts aren't playing that well. He had some terrible picks last week. I mean, some of the worst picks I've ever seen. The one where he threw it left-handed. Yeah, Carson Wentz in his own end zone for a pick 6. He threw it left-handed last week. That was terrible.
I heard what happened. I didn't even see that game, but I heard he threw a pick or something like that.
He threw one in overtime too. That was really bad. That led to the game-winning field goal.
He brought him back down the field and scored a touchdown right after. But then he turned around and threw a pick in overtime that killed him. That's classical.
That's what he does, man.
I think that's exactly what he did here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Carson ain't been right since he got hurt before that Super Bowl year, to be honest.
No, he hasn't. Yeah.
He has not been right.
When he was mentally, MVP,
his game has not been on point like that.
He's reckless with the ball.
Yeah. It's like every year he's trying too hard because he's either coming off an injury or, we didn't want him no more, or there's always something. But I know you got to get out here, man. We were coming up on an hour. Go ahead and give everybody a shout out where they can find you at for the last time, my guy.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks again for having me on. It was great.
It was a fun show.
It was great. Just at Too Tall Sports Podcast, you can follow me there. Check out my YouTube, check out my Instagram, all that stuff. I'm the oldest guy on TikTok, so you can if you're on TikTok, you can watch me there too. I make videos all the time. So just TOO Too Tall Sports Podcast. Just look me up anywhere, and I have lots of episodes. So if you're a football guy, I got one with Gus Farrat, former quarterback. I had Mike Martz on. I had some good football guys. So
I did see that Mike Martz one. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. Yeah, it was great,
that, man.
Yeah. It was cool because we got to relive the greatest show on turf.
Yes.
The Kurt Warner movie's coming out this winter, so he got to he's not in the movie, but he got to talk about it and all that stuff.
What?
So, yeah,
Kurt
a lot
Warner
of cool.
got a movie coming out.
Yeah, it's like his story where he was basically working at a grocery store.
Yeah, showing him bad the grocery.
Right. Played in the Canadian Football League. Then he made the team with the Rams.
That is must see TV right there. Kurt Warner story. Yeah, man, that's great. And that's how to be honest, that's how I see if we do it the right way. and pick us more. And in like 2 or 3 years, if we keep this nucleus together, get rid of some of the old cats, but replace them with some good people, I see our offense can be that good. You know what I'm saying? With these young, speedy receivers, having them develop right, because Nick Sirianni is supposed to be this, receiver guru.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
where I
see.
really see that greatest show on turf. Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith, Quez. You got each one of those pieces, man. Each one of them pieces. But I won't hold you. I can talk
No,
football
all
all
good,
night.
man. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Hey,
Thanks
thanks
for having
again
me
for
on.
coming by. Much love to all you guys in the chat. Please hit that like on the way out. It goes a lot to get my content out to other Eagle content creators and other NFL fans in general. Much love. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I'll fly with you.
Yeah. Grant, he did it. Grant, you seen it. He did it. All right, till next time, this is Bird Gang 31, and I am out. Peace.